What's going on, Pisces? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for y'all. It's looking like you guys have a little bit of indecision because things are moving a little too fast. Let's go ahead and get up into this. What's up, y'all? This is your girl Venus Archangel. Let's go ahead and get into this, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, so the underlying energy is the Seven of Cups. Y'all, there's some confusing stuff going on right now. You don't know what to pick. You don't know what you want. That's understandable. Nobody wants to know what they want immediately. So you're having to decide, right? That's the energy. It's picking and deciding what you want. Also, the understanding that something may not be as it seems. And it looks like things are moving a little fast right now, too, because according to what's underneath the Seven of Cups, it looks like y'all are dealing with some issues or some situations where not only do you not have a clue what the hell's going on, but you also are having a little bit of an issue trying to slow down, right? You're trying to like catch your bearings, get some kind of clear ideas. I mean, the Eight of Wands, it ain't bad. You know, things move fast. Things are pretty clear. It has the potential to be very clear, but I think it could be misinterpreted as something else. So just be mindful of something that could be, I guess, blown out of proportion. Okay, so what we doing here with your heart of your reading? We got the Sun. So it's talking about clarity, right? There's a need to have some clarity here. But the fact that you're not having clarity is because you're focusing on something else. Your attention is not on the situation at hand. I don't know why, y'all. I don't know. I mean, because this is talking about somebody that's making practical decisions, focusing on the practical instead of addressing your emotions. How many times am I going to tell y'all, water signs? You're a water sign. Connect with your emotions. I know it ain't easy to deal with, and I know it is not like a cakewalk, okay? Because, I mean, I'm sure you guys are more susceptible, more sensitive to whatever you guys receive in regards to your emotions. But you are a water sign. Ignoring the physical, I would say ignoring the physical is not practical. But completely ignoring your emotions is illogical. Does that make sense? So, I mean, because pretty much the decisions that you have to make here, this is, like I said, there could be situations that are blown out of proportion. Things could be clearly seen, but there could be some, like, it doesn't look like you're looking at what you need to be looking at. The emotional aspect. I think you're looking at what's probably not here, making decisions about what needs to be done here, keeping the balance of a practical situation, but there is no emotional addressing of what's going on. Why? Why? That's a big question, you know? Is it because the illusion of what you're in is more enjoyable than the physical, than what you're actually feeling? The physicality of things are better addressed than dealing with your emotions? I don't know, Pisces, okay? But I feel like everything's clear. I just don't think you're seeing it for what it truly is now. I think you're really just focusing on the stuff that you are having to juggle, with the things that you're choosing to juggle, instead of really focusing on what needs to be focused, which is your emotions, how you feel. Because Seven of Cups, it may be decisions, it may be a lot of options, but at the bottom at the bottom of that deck, right? Or the bottom of the card, the energy of that is emotion. Water, emotions, feelings, things like that, desire. What do you desire? I think you're trying to figure that out. I think you're trying to figure out what in the physical can pretty much distract you from what physical could distract you emotionally. Page of Cups. I think you're just trying to, what it looks like is that things are showing itself to be pretty clear, but I feel like you feel something different. I think there's a need to communicate how you feel right now, but you're not really addressing that. Why? Why? Let's look that up. Why? Page of Swords. There's some truths. Some truths that need to be said, y'all. Man. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. You are dealing with the practical stuff. You're not, it looks like this is kind of an escapist kind of thing. I'm just going to be absolutely honest with you. This looks escapist. Everything's clear and blunt and just in your face, but you don't want to see it for what it is. You're distracting yourself from what's going on. And it's because there's something that needs to be said that honestly, I don't know if you want to see, if you don't want to say it, okay? It's something emotional, how you feel, obviously, okay? This, whatever is clear, whatever is clear cut, and whatever you're trying to distract yourself from is something that needs to be said emotionally. Okay? So, already starting off with this reading act, just straight up crazy. And it's understandable too. I don't know exactly what's going on in your lives. I mean, considering that there needs to be some words exchanged, it's never easy, especially considering that you guys are water signs and how you feel is very intense. Like, y'all need to communicate what you feel in a way that you can convey it comfortably. And that's understandable, because how you may feel doesn't mean, it's really hard to translate into words, and I get that. So I feel like that's, maybe you're trying to distract yourself because you're trying to scramble around to figure out the words that you need to say. That could be it. That could be something that someone else has said to you, and you're just trying to kind of ignore your emotions because it hurts. That could be that too, y'all. Somebody could have said something emotionally to you, and it just did not sit well with you. So you probably are just like, look, I don't want to deal. It's what it looks like. You just don't want to deal right now. But it don't mean that the shit, you know, you gotta. I don't know if you should be doing this. I think you have an ideal of what this relationship should be, but things are clear right now. Like, things are crystal clear how they truly are. And it's pretty blunt in your face. So I don't know exactly what it is that you're trying to juggle. I don't know if you're trying to, you know, make this hardcore decision about what you're going to do about this. Because that could be it too. You guys are trying to make a decision about what you want to do practically about the situation. Trying to take your feelings out of it, which could be possible. Could be possible. But, oh no. Okay. Let's go ahead and get on. Alright? We have the 6 of Swords in your past. Okay, so I think y'all traveled. Y'all have, you know, I don't know if this could be physical travel. This could also be a transition. I think you guys moved from one phase of your life that wasn't working for you to get to the next. And I don't know if the relationship was the cause of your transition, or there was something that was in this relationship that caused you to change. Something that made you realize something that you could, something that no longer resonated in that present moment. In that moment in time, pretty much. Because the present moment is not the 6 of Swords. But in that time period, something just was not resonating anymore, I think. So why are they moving? Why did they move? What's up? Something new started. So, okay, so you guys traveled to a new beginning. Traveled for a new beginning. Maybe you guys wanted to, something started and you couldn't be the person that you were in the past. Or that, you know, the new beginning called for something different. Okay, because sixes are movement, man. 6 of Swords is definitely moving on. Okay, it's just whatever wasn't working, it wasn't done. It was over. It was done. You leaving that done. You know, it's a hard energy too, because it's not an easy transition. It's not like you just go, okay, it didn't work. All right, bye. No. 6 of Swords talks about, like, it's a grieving process. You moving on from something. It's almost like the 5 of Cups, except you know how the 5 of Cups is kind of like always standing at this 3 of Cups and never moving on. It eventually does, of course, because you got to get to the 6 of Swords, 6 of Cups somehow. Actually, 7 of Cups too, but it's the 6 of Swords. Like, you realize that it don't work. You realize what happened. You, like, you know, you went through a difficult period where you had to kind of do what you needed to do at the time, and now you're just kind of feeling like, fuck it, I don't need this. I don't want this. Bye. So it's not an easy process to realize that, but it's also a very liberating process, especially when you're beginning something new and you have to go on faith, which is fine. So I feel like you guys had made this transition in this new beginning, right? And I think you guys have offered something to someone that could possibly lead to something very stable. I think you want something, maybe you guys are extending an offer to someone in which you kind of want to build something like something long term, something stable. I think this, to me, this just rings like somebody proposed some sort of, you know, extension of love. I mean, considering that you guys have the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Cups right there. Yeah, someone gave you their love. I don't know. Maybe there was somebody, maybe it wasn't hurtful at all. Maybe it's just someone that was conveying their truth to you about a relationship. And I think that's why you have the Seven of Swords here, because there's something up with this. Like, there's not, it's everything's clear. But why is there indecision? Why is it confusing? Why is it have the smoke and mirrors type thing? Because, I mean, the Seven of Cups, if you guys are familiar with the Wisdom of the Oracle, it reminds me a lot about All That Glitter, where it was pretty much talking about how things are not seen as clearly on the surface, then within, you gotta go deeper, things like that. So I feel like maybe there is something, maybe you live, I don't want to say you're living in fantasy, but I think there is just something blown out of proportion. Now, what is the Page of Pentacles? Why is the Page of Pentacles in the present? A new beginning, an exciting one at that too. So something's happening, something's great, something's grand, right? And I think that is awesome. Something started because there's something passionate that's happening. And I think that the Page of Pentacles is somebody that's ready to kind of take on that step. Take that step towards that passionate beginning. In a way that is not a fly-by-night. Because, you know, if it was a Page of Wands and Ace of Wands, I'm like, okay, this is very exciting. But as far as relationships go, I'm not seeing really much commitment with this, okay? But there's some commitment. There is someone wanting to offer you something that is grounding. So I feel like with this new beginning, it's exciting because this offer is something that is going to take you guys, or take you in the relationship that you're in, the person that you're dating, etc., to a next level, if that makes sense, okay? But the thing here that gets me a little concerned, because I'm really just like, what the hell's going on with this? Y'all have the freaking, because I'm already shuffling and prepared to clarify, and all kinds of cards falling out. Y'all have the Seven of Swords, okay? So it's like, you guys go from one phase, right? You gotta, you know, leave behind an old situation to begin something new. Because it wasn't working with you. You traveled, you did whatever you need to do, transformed, you changed who you were to begin something new, okay? And it makes sense, right? But now, you know, now you're having an offer coming to you after something exciting, like because of an exciting beginning. Something started, and due to that exciting start of something passionate and exciting, something that can explore new creativity and etc., I got a stable offer coming your way. You got a stable offer that you're trying to extend. Okay? Oh, I get it. Okay. I get it. So you move it, so you know, this is great. All of this is so far really good. You know, you're having to communicate with somebody, and things are not being exactly clear. You're a little bit distracted with the practical instead of focusing on what's actually physically there. I think you're juggling stuff. But it's weird. It's like you're distracting yourself from your emotions. Are you really, because, oh, I get it. Things are clear, but the fact is, you're not seeing what's really clear because there's stuff that you need to juggle. You're not, I don't know if you're seeing what needs to be seen. I think the only way to really get true clarity is to focus on what needs to be focused. I think juggling things is understandable, but when it gets to a certain point to where you just kind of don't see the big picture no more, that kind of gets to a point where it's not working for you. And I think it's because there's things that need to be said. There's things that need to be expressed. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like everything here is good though. Like even though maybe this relationship is taking a bit out of proportion, I think that this relationship is really good. The fact that it goes to the Seven of Pentacles though is because of the Eight of Swords. That's like, I think that things get a little bit, I think things get a little bit crazy right here, because Eight of Swords is kind of like all in your head. You're not really seeing things for what they truly are. And that's back to what I was saying. Like, there's some things that are just kind of inflated. Like, there's nothing here that actually reflects what you are imagining or seeing or, you know, fantasizing about. Because, you know, the Seven of Swords is all about fantasy. I mean, that's the biggest, I think that's the biggest card to, you know, to pretty much represent Neptune, if that makes sense, okay? But here's the thing, okay? I'm clarifying the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords comes up with the Six of Cups. I feel like you're not noticing something. I think you guys are holding on to a past relationship. Maybe you guys, like in the future, it's crazy. It looks like it's leading to where you're not really seeing something for what it truly is, because your thoughts are really centered around a connection that you had once before. Perhaps you guys are back together with an ex or somebody, and maybe you were expecting something to be the same. You're expecting something to reflect old ways of being, but I don't think that you're seeing that. And I don't know if you're actually taking the relationship for what it really is and making it, I think you're making it out to be something that's no longer what it can be, if that makes sense. I think you guys have you have your goals to make a connection as tight as the Six of Cups, but it takes time, and I think it's just kind of happening a little fast in that respect. Huh. All right. Let's go back to the present. All right. Can you explain to us what the page... Oh, bro. Can you just chill out? Jesus. My energy is all over the place. Sorry. Can you explain to us what the Page of Pentacles means? If that goes on to the Seven of Swords, excuse me. Page of Pentacles. Bro. Okay. Can you explain to us what the Page of Pentacles mean if we go towards the Seven of Swords in the future? What does this mean? Okay. Things are great. Okay. Things are great. Things are wonderful right now. Things are exciting. There's a new offer of new beginnings. Things are crystal freaking clear, though. But why does it go towards the Seven of Swords? That's my thing. What's up? Oh. It's really interesting. I pulled a total of 3 cards. It's just crazy. Ultimately, though, I feel like everything right now is great. You got into a place where you had realized, I think you've noticed what resonated and what didn't resonate. You went and followed your path, which is something new. And now you're in a position to offer new love and begin something new, because you have a potential, the potential set of happiness. It's an exciting new beginning, and it's also one that, it's one that was provided from an ending of a situation that you could actually blossom from, like a really good ending of something. And it may not have been the easiest ending from what it looks like from the past here with the Six of Swords, but I think that you completed a cycle successfully, in that you gained something very valuable from that cycle. So now you're in this position to really enjoy the moment in time where you can really be in a relationship with this person. I think there's some attention to detail that needs to be done here. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I think there is a need for you guys to really dig deep. Things are crystal clear. Things are very exciting. So why would you be quick to just kind of like, go with the flow? You guys are Pisces, fish. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. And there's nothing wrong with going with the flow. I think what's going on, though, right now is that there's a need to really take a magnifying glass right now. Take a magnifying glass and make sure you're not inflating this more than it is. I think why the Page of Pentacles is here is because, yes, there may be a stable offer coming in. There could be you offering something wonderful to this person. But truly examine this relationship or this new beginning for what it is. There's nothing bad with this relationship. Like I said, I think everything's great. I just think that maybe it's I think you're expecting too much from it already. So be sure that what you're looking at and what you're delving into is what, is what's you know, understandable in the relationship. I think just be mindful of that. Just look closely. Now, your crowning energy, because this is a pretty awesome reading so far. Just really much just look closely. Look closely. Don't be jumping into stuff, y'all. Don't be jumping into it. Exciting as it is, as wonderful as it is, and just the feeling of being in the moment with that person. Oh, be in the moment. That's the whole thing. Be in the moment. But watch. Watch. Don't be just feeling. Don't be just doing stuff. Don't be just juggling. Don't just be in the moment. See and be in the moment, okay? Don't just float in the moment. Be in the moment. That's what I think it's trying to tell you. But anyway, crowning energy is the Hierophant. Interesting, okay? And I think it needs to really I think, honestly, the energy for this, I'm really picking up here is just kind of, like I was saying, being in the moment. The Hierophant is in the moment. He's not planning for the future. He's not making any plans for right now. It's staying within a structure. It's it's reinforcing boundaries. So I think right now, you have to reinforce those boundaries. Just don't go with the flow. Reinforce the boundaries. Be in the moment. Notice what's going on. Enjoy. Love. Be yourself. But make sure that what's going on is is best for you. You didn't leave to start a new beginning just to do it all over again. You left because it wasn't resonating no more. Things weren't resonating, and that's all right. But you don't want to have to do all kinds of crazy stuff all over again. I don't want you guys to do that either. And that's just me being personally selfish with this. But it's frustrating. It's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. So I think the best way to kind of approach this, the best way to make sure this relationship is going to actually stick and be one that you can feel comfortable in completely, you gotta look at the details. You gotta look past the surface, because the surface is going to be the one that's going to trick you. It's going to be the one that's going to knock you off your game. Don't let it do that to you now. Okay? What other information can we get with Hierophant? Look past the mirror, guys. Trust me, it's going to be worth it. Look past the mirror. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. When you keep a solid routine, when you understand the commitments that you make, I think you're building towards a legacy. You're building towards the 10 of Pentacles. So it's reinforcement, pretty much. I like to see 10 of Pentacles is all about reinforcements. You're making sure that your boundaries are kept up so that way you can truly feel comfortable in your environment. But you have to keep boundaries up. But how you do that, you just pay attention. Watch. Don't be untrustworthy. Don't do that. Just really look. Just really look. Okay? Whispers of love. Y'all have spent quality time together. Okay? Nice ass card though, right? Really nice card. Now, it's imperative. Okay? Imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with. Listen and talk to them. Okay? Well, listen and talk to each other. Listen and talk to each other. It's important. I think that's why the Page of Cups came up. Listen to their hearts. Listen to their truths. Listen to everything that they say. Listen to what they say practically. Communication is big. You guys got 3 big communication cards. 3 pages. The only page you're missing is the Page of Wands. Because action ain't really the big deal right now. It's what they say. It's what they think. How they feel. How they feel and what they think. Those are the 2 big things that you want to look out for right now. Especially with the 7 of Cups coming up. As your underlying energy, pay attention to how they feel. Pay attention to what they say. Pay attention to what they think. Because that's what's going to get you to really understanding what you're working with. Then you won't feel unbalanced. You won't feel kind of in a rocky place. You feel like you're really building a foundation. And you are building a foundation. Everything looks beautiful. This relationship is beautiful. It's going to blossom well. But just be mindful. Be mindful. Your boundaries are here. Your boundaries are there to protect you. You've set them up because you are, like I said before in the beginning of this video, you are a water sign. You don't build boundaries just for the hell of it. You build it to protect your vulnerability. Because you guys are vulnerable. And I'm not saying vulnerable is weak, because there's no weakness in vulnerability. There's only weakness if you can't support yourself as if you're vulnerable. Does that make sense? And trust me, I've been through this the whole month, the whole year. Like, vulnerability is a big thing, and when you build up those boundaries for yourself, you will understand. Like, you'll understand how truly valuable you are. And I think you already know. If you just, things kind of, like, I get it, because I used to do the same thing. You just kind of like, something wonderful is happening, and you're just, everything feels good. So you just kind of forget that there's a person there. You're just in love with the idea of being in a relationship. Trust me, guilty as heck, and I'm a Libra. So, all right, Pisces, I ain't gonna hold you up no more. Oh, I almost forgot your wisdom of the oracle. Y'all have round and round again. This is the second time around in a relationship. This is giving you a second chance to really see what you need to see in your relationships, okay? This is giving you a chance to really look closely, okay? This is a time around where you can go, hey, I've noticed something from the last stuff. I've noticed something from all the other relationships. Maybe didn't have this boundary here. Now I gotta have this boundary here. So how this person's gonna be? How, like, you know, there's things that you could do this time around that you hadn't been able to do last time. And because you have the experience of the last time to really know what you're doing this time. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah. So spend time together, communicate, listen to what they're saying, y'all. Okay? And remember your past, okay? If that's why the Six of Cups comes up in your future. You know, slipping back into bad habits. Okay? Don't let your guard down. But don't, you know, remember your boundaries. Alright, guys. I'm gonna let y'all go. Love y'all. Good luck. I hope you enjoy your relationship.